Man, tractor trailers are tractor tires are absolutely massive. Oh. There's that air raid siren we'd heard about earlier. The one they found in storage. They were testing out. The question is, am I hearing it now? Oh. The windmill stopped. The question is, am I hearing the air raid siren in real time, or is it another memory like everyone else is? Also, does real time exist? I'm wondering if I'm witnessing the last moments over and over again before the society gets wiped out, like was Pettigrew's, I think Mrs. Pettigrew's or something like that, Home for Peculiar Children? Peregrine? Damn it, names are hard sometimes. But there's a book where that has this kind of concept in it, like the moments before an air raid being witnessed over and over again, forever, as a time loop. As if that's just eternity now.
My name is Frank Jacob Appleton. And if you're listening to this, then maybe Stephen was right, and by sending the planes he stopped it all getting worse. It's a beautiful morning. I wasn't there when Mary died. I was too scared. So I went to the pub instead. What will be, Frank, she said. And I just want you to face it with me. And I didn't. But I will now. I will face it with you now, Mary. They're coming.
Well, that's more or less concrete. It's not just planes. The strike happened. And everyone's probably dead now. It didn't matter who Frank was mad at, or who he left behind, because now there's nothing left. That's a somber sight, but also have to question missile coverage there a little bit. They're relatively small explosions, and just a handful of them. How do you truly wipe out an area this huge of all its people to contain this kind of virus? Especially if it's airborne, like I think it is with the insects. What if everyone's gone to the Rapture, and really everyone? What if no one is left in the planet at this point? What if these planes failed, even after all they did to people? They may have actually made the tough call to sacrifice everything, but then failed anyway. That's the toughest thing, right? Finding out you're paying the ultimate price in a gamble. I guess I called it with Lizzie. Alright, Lizzie, what do you have for us? Lakeside Holiday Camp, the heart of Yawton Valley. Established 1978. There's more than one. Oh wait, that's one of the manual ones? Yeah, it is.
Mrs. Graves! Lizzie, Mrs. Graves!
Rachel? Hey, what on earth's going on?
It's been awful. The thunder and the lightning and all the power went out and everyone was in the hall, so I told them all to stay put. But then Sean Davis said he wasn't going to be told what to do by a stupid bloody girl and went out for a cigarette. And then didn't come back. And then Di, she went out after him and she didn't come back either.
Where's Dylan? Was he with Sean and Di?
No, I've been looking after him. Do you think they'll come back?
I don't know, Rachel.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I just know if he was my baby, I could never leave him. Even if the whole world was coming to an end, I'd make sure he came first.
You'd be a good mum, Rachel. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. Go back inside and tell everyone that they're doing a great job. A really wonderful job. I just got a few things to finish up here and then I'll come in and join you.
Right.
Go on.
They must all be taking shelter, but then the stupid kids wouldn't listen, and they died. Not that it made a difference, did it? Holiday Camp. We have our own smaller map of this area. 12 locations. Picnic camp, phone, fire, park, pool, lookout, tennis, residences, playground, swimming pool, football pitch, lots of stuff here. Alright. Like most campgrounds, you could easily loop around this place, so let's do that. I'll go ahead and go clockwise around it. This is the first roundabout right here. Has the rain stopped for me? Oh. Oh no, there's still rain. I thought the rain might have been only in the memory for a moment there. Oh, we haven't had a phone call in a while. I don't think we had a single one during Frank.
You can't save them. Just pack a case and meet me at the station.
They've closed the lines. Weren't you listening to the radio? Because of the flu.
There is no flu, Lizzie.
Oh, Christ, Stephen, I'm not stupid. Of course there's no flu. But the stations are still closed.
There's an access footpath that runs alongside the main tunnel. You can get out that way. They won't have thought of it.
You know what's going on, don't you?
You can't use the phone anymore.
Well, like you're not using one right now.
Funny. Listen. Just don't use the phone after this. No TV or radio either. It can hide in the signal.
You make it sound like it's alive.
I don't think we have a word for what it is. Just promise me. Don't tell anyone. Pack quietly. Meet me at the station tomorrow, alright?
I feel awful lying and leaving all these people here.
It was a brilliant idea about the show. Top marks for that, you clever thing. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Definitely getting a back and forth about the idea of whether this could be... That's a cool effect. About whether or not this could be some kind of virus escaping through the bugs that we're testing on, or if it escaped through the phone lines. Another bird book to look at. European campsites on a budget. A little hard to read with the bloom in this game. Oh, the storm is here. Alright. We'll go according to plan. We'll check each building, and we'll go clockwise around the area. Seems reasonable, since the whole place, like all campsites really, is roughly in a loop. Oh, it does open. Wasn't sure if it would. Peter Pan auditions. 6 to 16 years of age. Love to act? Take part in Yawton's adaptation of Peter Pan, running from the 13th to 18th of June. Auditions and rehearsals held daily in the camp hall. Getting sounds outside. Quiet, you. I'm trying to read. This one doesn't close. This one doesn't close. I can only close one. Interesting. Oh, someone was missing. Someone went missing. There's another sign about that. What's it say? John is an elderly resident and is often seen around camp. If you have any information, please contact our missing persons line. Oh, there's a windmill. I guess a lot of people must take a liking to it. It's a nice little landmark. Okay, these... The bird book joke thing's getting weird now. What am I stepping in? I'm getting a sound when I move. Okay. Big jackets. Big open area. Oh yeah, there's probably going to be an event of some kind in here. So this is the children's campsite area. The little daycare section, basically. Yeah. More birds, just like those pictures, the books everywhere. But they're all dead. Any that were alive in the first place. Another one. Wow. The last pensioners. They're very hard to read at this distance. There's no real zoom in this game. You can't even crouch. Simon says. Oh. Is that a phone line? That sure is. Is nothing gonna trigger over here? Oh yeah, people were being kept in here for a while. But the bloody tissues made it in. Is that a falcoin? It is a falchion. That's right, I said it 2 different ways, because I still don't know how to pronounce it. And all of you guys disagree on how to pronounce it. And the internet disagrees on how to pronounce it. I think there might just be multiple acceptable pronunciations for that one. I can't go through the door. Can I climb up? Let's try climbing up. It doesn't let me up. So I must have to wrap around then. Okay. Storm's getting a bit worse, isn't it? What's the kitchen like? Locked is what the kitchen's like. Alright, we'll have to loop around. You're definitely getting a phone call sound. Schedule. They have bingo and lunch. And everything else you expect them to.
This is a public service announcement from Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
So there's the Mobius strips are all over this thing. Little bow ties. Are they just spoiling where the story events are in case I get lost? Or does it signify something specific about where the quarantine locations are, perhaps?
Oi, Shipley, I want a word with you.
What?
Get over here, soft lad, and keep your voice down. Do you know who I am?
Yeah? You work for Meg Holloway?
Charlie Tate. You can call me Charlie.
What's this about, Charlie?
Rachel Baker.
What about her?
Oh, come on, son, I wasn't born yesterday. Are you looking to get your head kicked in?
She's 16. She's not a kid.
You try telling her dad that. He'll bloody kill you.
I love her, though. You can't stop love.
I'm not telling you to stop anything. Just be careful, that's all.
Looks like someone else is going to be pulling out a shotgun soon. That'll end well. Any opening? Nope, that's firmly locked. Even though it's clearly not locked, because that's where the lock would go, and it's not there, but don't mind me. Just looking at things and observing them with my eyes. Alright. Continue the loop. Nice big rocks placed around here to make sure you don't get lost and you actually take the paths the roads give you. Makes sense, but in real life I'd be all over that thing. That is so climbable. Reception, main hall, pool, tennis courts. So we're headed towards the tennis courts. And an RV.
Don't touch it. It's fine.
It's like like a sunburn, but it's a funny shape. Is it sore?
I can't feel it at all. Don't fuss over
I
it.
can't believe that you left Kate there. Why won't you tell me what happened?
She's probably not even noticed I've gone. It's really nothing.
You're lying. Don't lie to me.
Fine. We had a row. She'll work all night anyway.
Stephen, listen to me. Was there an accident? Is that how your face got burnt?
It's nothing. Something, I don't know. Just got a bit shaken up and then we fought. She wanted to stay and collect more data.
Was she burnt as well? Is everything all right?
Jesus, Liz, you sleeping with me or her? She's fine, we're both fine. I don't want to talk about her. I came here to see you.
I just worry...
Well, don't. Come to bed.
I'm sure it's just nothing. That's why they're showing it to me. Does TV work? So they've been living in this RV. Oh. Is the rain getting worse? Oh, it's only dark when I'm near that trailer. Alright, tennis courts, what do you have for me? That fight's gotta be a big deal. Did a lover's quarrel lead to all this? An accident?
I don't even care that he was screwing her. What made me angry was that he treated me like I was too stupid to notice. I dream through the light storm and see the pattern dancing on his skin as he burns. I wake up with eyes full of liquid light. I'm going to concentrate all 5 remaining towers on the same point in the sky. If it is establishing conduits for communication, that should create a jump in bandwidth.
Yeah, that'll end well. I'm sure it will. Hey Glowy, my only friend. My weird passive-aggressive friend that only sometimes acknowledges me correctly. There's the tennis courts. Oh, those are pretty clearly tennis courts on the map, too. Didn't glance at that detail originally.
Hey, it's just been on the radio that they're closing the roads. Something about the flu?
No one here has flu, Sean. There's no flu here. I overheard Mrs. Graves and she said another family of Upton left. She said they must have left last night, but their car and all their stuff's still here.
Screw this, Di. There's 15 people up and left in 2 days. I don't like it. Where's the baby?
Asleep in the caravan. Sean, I don't want to sit around here waiting for it to get worse. I reckon if we leave now, we can get out of the valley before they get their acts together and close the roads.
You think so?
Yeah, we can go the back roads. Through the woods. I'll leave some money on the side for Mrs. Graves. You know her husband isn't back yet either.
He's a boozer, right? That's what I've heard. That's her problem anyway.
Don't be unkind, Sean.
Come on, let's go and get Dylan.
Are these people dooming the world? Is that what's happening? Because the other people up and left and all their stuff's here because this thing that makes them disappear happened. But them, these people that are actually leaving, if they do actually make it out, are they dooming everyone? Are they breaking quarantine so that the bombs that killed everyone aren't worth it? Is that the outcome we're going towards here? They go to the next city, they infect that one. The cycle repeats until it starts spreading exponentially, and it can't be stopped by simple bombing runs because there's too many cities that are infected. And then the world falls.
I think it was instant. I know that's no help.
Can you leave me alone?
There was nothing we could do. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Pat.
You've woken the baby. Just leave me alone.
Rachel, I'm sorry. Sorry.
And tragedy struck. Which I'm sure I could say about most things. That was two separate light balls running by. Oh. She ran and left the baby's bottle and toy here, and they never moved. So that must be near the end then. Not much came after that. If everything's still motionless. The time scale is always iffy and hard to judge, but that's one of the things that kind of gives some of it away. As far as how much time has passed there. If basic items haven't even moved since between the scene that we see and of course the current, whenever this is. Alright, well I have to check the phone, even if it makes me go off course a little bit, because that's the next place to go to for me, as far as following the path
Hi, this
goes.
is Kate Collins and Stephen Appleton. Leave a message.
Stephen, it's me. I'm leaving. I've waited as long as I can. If you are there to meet me, I'm leaving for the station now, but I am going anyway, whether you're there or not. But I love you. Please be there. I love you.
That's definitely two light bulbs at once now. So do Lizzie and Steven see each other again before it's all over? Or is that it? They try to make contact and it breaks and everything was gone. Is that a real door? That is a door, okay. For a brief moment I thought that was just a texture on the wall. But that's actually an accurate representation of the real thing. These box trailers always look weirdly two-dimensional and stand-up-y. Well, obviously that's the one that has stuff in it. These ones will have all their blinds closed on purpose. Am I hearing a radio over here? No, I think I'm just getting sort of nasty-sounding atmospheric sounds now. They're trying to make me uneasy. There's really good sound design in this game in general.
And you found it like this?
Yeah. I got into the habit of checking in first thing in the morning just to make sure he's had his pills.
Mr. Coles is not a well man, Elizabeth. It's entirely possible he upped and wandered off. If things progressed, the mind can be a fragile thing, you know?
It's just not very like him, that's all I'm saying, Doctor. He never misses the mid-morning bingo.
He didn't smoke, did he?
Not that I knew of.
There's a funny... It's like ash.
Well, that is odd. Reese cleaned in here yesterday afternoon. I'll have to have a word.
It's not like cigarette ash. Strange.
Dr. Wade, there's just been a phone call. We needed back at the village. Apparently Mrs. Barton has disappeared.
Is that when he died? That's the same doctor... That's gotta be the same doctor that we witnessed trying to run the clinic and getting that nosebleed finally that seals his fate. Then I think he died in the, I think he ended up dying in the, in his car? Right outside. Like he was trying to make a call. Oh. The whole fence has a hole in it. A few paths to pick from here then. What's back here? The rain's definitely pulling up here. Everything's sloughing off and getting gross and soft and moist. It's a soccer court? Taking the back roads apparently.
It's quite something, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You ever seen anything like it? They must be well happy at the observatory place. They're probably all partying there right now. This is right, boss. It is. Right. That's me. Short leash. Kids up half a night, bloody teething. Missus will kill me if I'm gone too long. Good night, mate. Night.